Well, welcome to week 2 of our life group series from More Than Words series. We're going to be in 1 Thessalonians chapter 1, verses 1 through 10 this week, and the theme is modeling ministry. I would recommend you bring with you a toy car model kit to either show your group or actually to build it and to talk about the process of building it. Also, bring some encouraging note cards so that your members at the end of your life group can take some time to write an encouraging note to somebody. We're going to talk about reputation, what it means to be an example for others. In this session, I want to go over some of the basic points and questions that we're going to talk about. In the small talk section, I have a couple of questions that are self-explanatory about building models, why you think building model can be fun, also why the instructions are important. I have a hard time following instructions because I want to go out and do it my own way. And of course, they have these great pictures of what the model is supposed to look like when you're done building it. And that was usually my clue that I had built it wrong, not following the instructions. So I think it's important to unpack the importance of instructions with your group and to talk about that. In the text talk, there's some things there you'll see in your commentary notes. Who's writing this letter? Of course, Paul, Silas, and Timothy are together as a team. Why is Paul so grateful? He's very grateful to them because they have become a model for other churches, and they have kept the faith in the face of great trial and tribulation and temptation. And of course, they become a significant church in that area. So in the Life Talk section, why should a church desire to be a model for other communities of faith? Should a church desire to be a model? I would go back to the Charles Barkley arguments in the 1990s when he said, look, I'm not an example for kids. I'm simply a basketball player. He's both right and wrong. Every person, whether they want to be or not, is modeling to others. They are an example to others. People are watching them. Every church, whether they want to be or not, is modeling something to the community and to other churches around them. I believe Northwest is a church that needs to be an example to other congregations of unity and of so much more. We have so much to offer here, not just to ourselves, but to other congregations around us. And I think it'd be important to hear your members talk about that. Should a church desire to be a positive influence for other churches? And let's also unpack when a church is a negative influence, being judgmental towards other churches or putting their opinion in when they really shouldn't say anything at all. Question 8, Paul suggests that becoming a model of ministry requires the ability to follow and to lead. Talk about that. Why is it a basic truth that good leaders have to be good followers? And give some examples of that. Question 9, who do you look to as a personal example in your life that you look up to? Who is the model that you're following after, that you're imitating their faith? And talk about those great examples that you've had in your life, and let your members talk about great examples that they've had in their life that have really shaped who they are. And if people were to imitate one of your stronger qualities, what quality would you recommend? I mean, this is a humbling question to think about. Do you have qualities that you can say, imitate me in this area of my life? And then question 11, if churches were to look at the Northwest Church as a model or an example, what qualities would you encourage them to embrace, and what weaknesses need to be strengthened? Let me give one of those each that I would say. One that I think churches should embrace that Northwest has is our ability to welcome and make people feel comfortable when they come from walks of life that have left them fairly destroyed, where they have very little faith and they're very weak. I think they find a great home here at Northwest. Now, are there any downsides? Yeah, I think sometimes the Northwest Church can be so casual and so laid back that they're not necessarily as on task as they could be as a body. So just some nuances there. What would you say? Yeah, embrace this. And I would encourage you as a life group leader, keep this discussion far more on the positive than on a critique or a negative discussion. And then the beyond talk. Paul encouraged Christians through writing. A written note is so powerful. We'll talk about this in the sermon as well, but I think you should leave your groups this week giving everybody a note card that they can write a note of appreciation or encouragement to someone that they love in the Lord. And then if you have to, mail those for them. If you don't have if you have people who financially can't send them, bring them to the office. We'll put postage on them and send them out. But let's be an encouragement to other people this week. Have a great group. I hope that these resources, again, are a big help to you.